an associate professor of political science and international relations at Hasan Kalyoncu University. He joins me now live from Ankara. Good to see you, Professor. Now, we are hearing this very important development from the Turkish president saying that the grain deal will resume in the coming hours, a very significant development in getting Russia back on track to resume operations along the Black Sea and getting Ukrainian grain out into the world for, as our correspondent Melinda mentioned, the 400 million people desperately in need of this grain and commodity. What do you make of this development? Where do you see this deal leading to?
I think after the attacks or the claims regarding the attacks towards the Russian warships or ships in the Black Sea, the situation unfortunately was just came to an end by the explanations of President Putin, as we know. But the grain deal was very important, as you already mentioned, because there are lots of millions of people suffering from hunger, especially after the impacts of the climate change and the climate warming, and after the COVID-19 issues, and this Russian-Ukrainian war added also an impulse on this issue. And that's why Ukraine and Russia are both countries which are the main resources also regarding the grain. So to compensate the grain shortage or to satisfy the needs of people suffering from hunger, that's why running this grain deal and being able to transport the grain from Ukraine and Russia to the needy countries is very important in this perspective. That's why I think President Erdogan is pressing on the issue on both sides to be able to run the issue smoothly again. But I think for this one to at least go on in a long run, the claims of the Russian side has to be satisfied as well, so that both countries should be able to export their grain to the needy countries. And I think the claims coming from Putin, just the grain is going to the rich European countries, should be prevented as well.
So what do you think?
Provided for.
So what do you think it was that got Russia back on track?
I think dialogue between President Erdogan and Putin affirmatively affected the situation. And I think President Erdogan could succeed to calm the Russians back on the track again. So there is a persuasion after the negotiations by phone calls and other things, I think. So there's a good thing, that a good development. At least we give the light for further negotiations as well when they are still around the table. Otherwise, everything is increasingly supporting the conflict. And the people want to hear something about the peace. At least this war will come to an end soon, and the negotiation table is possible. So it is a good development, I think.
All right, Professor Ahmet Keser, thank you so much for your analysis. It was a pleasure speaking to you.